What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner, given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I am also the host of the only online show in the world for dads and fathers that is sponsored by Dove Men Care. It's also co-sponsored by Dad Essential, Canada's national fatherhood organization. And through that collaboration, I've been able to reach out directly or indirectly to over 75,000 fathers around the world this year. And I am the board chair for the Global Food and Drink Initiative, which is a multimedia not-for-profit that showcases Blacks in the diaspora that are doing their thing in food, drink, and travel. And as always, I like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Good morning. It's the Morning Vibe. It's live September 27th. And good morning, Ryan Knight. What's going on?
And Blackalicious.
Yes, Blackalicious. 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 Hail, hail, Blackalicious. What's going on?
Oh, man, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to be on the Morning Vibe. And for those that don't know me, my name is Ryan Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. We work with entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage to figure out, hey, what stage they're in today and how to create a blueprint to exponentially grow their companies. I, too, also run a business, represent detailing
the green thing, lime thing. It's not a green thing, it's a lime thing.
So, hey, if you do need your car cleaned, we have a great fall special because we have 2 youth that are doing the fall entrepreneurship program. So, hey, in the evenings or on the weekends, they're available to come and clean your car. And they don't, don't go lightly on them. Make sure that, hey, when they clean your car, it's on point, that they show up on time, that they're courteous, and make sure that the customer is satisfied. So, hey, it's the real world learning about how to deal with customers, rejection, when we go door to door, marketing, the whole bit. So I'm always excited when we get to do the youth program and looking forward to it.
Good. How was the weekend?
The weekend, yeah, again, we were doing the training. What did I do? I feel like Saturday, I don't remember what we were doing. Oh, yeah, I was just with the kids. Actually, I think I flipped it because we were doing the training on Sunday, and Saturday it was rainy, so I actually stayed home.
Yeah.
With the kids and just got to relax and be dad.
There you go. Well, Thanks to everyone who's tuning in live and on the replay. We're getting good, steady, positive response. And definitely, people, tell people about this. Subscribe to anyone in the channels because this is being broadcast on the Dr. Vibe Show Facebook page, on the Afro-Caribbean Network, on their Facebook page, also on my YouTube page. It's also being broadcast on Twitch and also being broadcast on Ryan's YouTube page. So it's all over, but most importantly, subscribe, and tell people about it. Jambalaya morning. We don't have a guest this morning, so jambalaya things. What's on your alleged mind, Mr. Knight?
You know, there's a couple things. I know when we touched base on the weekend, it just came to mind that I've been tracking my timeline of my application to the FACE Coalition.
Oh, we gonna go there this morning.
I'm just saying, I
Okay.
was just like looking through it. I'm saying, oh, this would be good to kind of do a rundown of. But also, I was trying to do some research on the Black candidates that won to see who was successful.
You're drawing me in, aren't you? Go on.
So, hey, I'm in like the process, but I found some interesting statistics just about the election as a whole. And now it's like, oh man. So I'm struggling to see the People's Party. And I mean, we can get into the normal, the liberals and conservatives, but looking at the statistics, it's like the People's Party gets 0 seats.
Yeah.
Yet still, I think they got more overall votes than the Green Party.
What does that tell you?
It's like, but then the Green Party is like, they actually got seats.
Yes.
So now,
They got, was it 2 people?
2 seats,
Yeah.
yes. So what's more important? Like the People's Party, what justifies a party staying, I guess, on the ballot? Is it just that people will run?
I don't. That's a good question. I'm not savvy enough to know those deep details. I don't know if it's percentage of vote or is it having seat representation. It's a good question. So if anyone knows that fact, actually, you know what? There's someone I'd like us to have on the show that you know a little bit better than I do because you know everybody.
Right.
Love to get Daniel Dowdy on our show.
Yes, that would be great. She's
like
been doing some courses about for candidates.
I love. I don't know if you have any way of getting. Like I have information, but all I have, I think, is actually I'm just. I'm gonna call her. I do have a number for her. Don't worry, folks. I'm not gonna call her live. But
I was gonna say the same thing. I'll call. But we're actually on parent council together because our kids go to the same school.
Okay, because I have a number for her, but it's her work number. But I would love to get Daniel Dowdy on. 1 or 2 people were saying on the special I did last Monday. Again, folks, if you didn't watch it, please watch it. First time live online feedback from Black Canadians in real time on the evening of a federal election. First. If someone else has done it, please tell me. But until that time, I'm going to claim it, name it, and claim it. Someone said, "Yeah, you should get Daniel Dowdy on," and I have only met her once, and she's involved with the Toronto Police Commission, and there was something she had invited me to get some feedback. But I know she's once in a while done feedback on our conversations, but I'd like to get her on.
Absolutely, and especially she's been a very strong supporter of like the political work being done in Brampton in the Peel area around like the education system. So at all levels of government.
True activists.
Yeah, absolutely.
But see now, so we're going to add on like the whole thing about the People's Party. And actually someone either messaged me or I saw a story today, but the People's Party got X percentage of the popular vote.
Yeah, they got 5%.
Yeah. Is that a growing trend?
Well, and so the reason why I bring it up is because there's been talk on even our show about the Black community creating its own political party.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that's why I'd want to know from the People's Party, and I guess I'd have to book a meeting with Maxime Bernier to say, what is the objective when you don't get a seat, but you do get people voting for you? Does it help with just, the message? So is the reason that you've created the party just to get a certain message?
Yeah.
Which would be a good reason for us to do it.
Yeah, you want to get that message out. Yeah, I think
right.
It's a good idea. So I guess you're going to lead the Black Canada Party. That's what you're saying. You're going to lead the Black Canada Party. Bam! I got it.
The Party of Africa is what we'll call it.
All right. We'll see. You're ready to lead it. Go. Hey,
I feel like I could run a party and get the same amount of seats as the People's Party. Let's put it that way. So,
yeah, of course. You're
so
smart. You're smart.
actually, I'll challenge the Greens. I think we could get 2 seats. Listen,
Yeah, well, you run. Well, I was going to say you run Brampton, but you don't run Brampton. We know who runs Brampton, right?
Exactly.
So, but,
Right.
but I'll just tag on in regards to the election. I am still looking for a place online with a list of Black Canadian MPs that won in the election.
I'm looking right now, and I don't. I put Black MP candidates, Black MP winners. It's like we're gonna have to just go to each candidate.
I was given website. I was given someone's name that I've got to reach out to, but I know at least 3 or 4 that won. Greg Fergus, Marcy Ian. What's his name? He used to be in Ontario government.
Couteau.
Michael Couteau.
Yeah, he slammed he won by a landslide. That was amazing to see.
And it's going to be interesting to see if any of those Black Canadians get any cabinet spaces, because I have a thought process that one of those people I just mentioned may get a cabinet space. I think that they're very, very well positioned to fill a cabinet space, because Mr. Trudeau lost 4 ministers during this election. So there's someone I'm thinking of, that person we just asked.
And Ahmad Hussein.
Yes, so that's 4. Yes, 4.
Yes.
But anyone outside of that, I don't know. Unfortunately, the lady that we had, was it Daniela? She did not win.
Right. In York Simcoe.
Yeah, she did not win. So so if anyone can help us find out who won, other than those people who won. So DJ Renard, Buy Blacks Directly Politicians. We are in the process of updating. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
And actually, you know what? I'm gonna make that phone call to this person right after this to find out the names of people, because this is just crazy. If we're going to take ourselves politically serious, go ahead.
Leslyn Lewis.
Oh, she did win.
Yes,
she did win
pretty handily too.
Very interesting.
That was great to see. Yeah,
very, very. Yes, someone told me that she did win. So
yes,
I wonder if Leslyn will become. Okay, you know what? I'm going to direct you, but she is on. So she is on the list too. So DJ Renard, is this list updated or are you in the process? Because we'd like to know. But yeah, I'm gonna make this phone call today and get a list and see if we can have it done. I think now the thing is, what are Black Canadians doing after this election?
Well, so this is why I asked the question about the People's Party, because now when we only run candidates for the main parties and then the election's over, what is the continued message that they're supposed to bring to Parliament? Because now, sure, the Liberals have certain, what do they have? So they have certain Black programs that are already in place, similar to the Supporting Black Communities Initiative and the Black Entrepreneurship Program, and also the Endowment Fund. But who's in charge of holding them accountable to getting these things?
We are. Well, you're talking about the government. You're talking about the government. We can't control the government. We can't control. We should be able to look at. We should be putting the pressure on, right after that day, the next day of that election. We've got to keep the pressure on. Your organization is one of the organizations that got money from. I would have been on. I'll say I sent a text message to someone who's fairly prominent, Black gentleman in the Liberal Party. That night, I congratulated him. He responded to me, and I sent him a text message back saying, "Okay, what about this specific thing getting done?" Hasn't responded to me yet, but I have direct. So if I don't hear from him in a week, I'm going to be calling. By the end of the I'm going to be calling him.
Right.
I have his direct phone number. Cell phone number.
So on our side, because the election became if the Liberals weren't elected, we were thinking, oh, is that going to mess with the money that we were promised? So now that the election's done, There's literally no other barriers. It's just on us to move forward with our project. That's where I would say a good chunk of our time is going, to making sure that the money that we're getting to do this program is actually done well. And after talking with Louis Marsh on Friday, to say the evaluation of a lot of organizations is, I would say, piss poor.
Yep.
Us being better at that, to say, hey, what we agreed and committed to do, we have to actually deliver. But not just for us, we have to create that culture with the whole ecosystem. There's 20 to 30 organizations that got funding, either $1 million or more. We have to now bring that message of accountability to all of us, to say, we are getting close to $60 million. How is this actually going to impact the Black business community in a positive way? And then how does it intersect with the other areas of the community that we can also support as well? So when you're asking about what we need to do, yeah, there's a lot on our plate. But then that's where I keep coming back to this Black Party, the Party of Africa, where they should be the ones making those calls to every single candidate that won, to say, hey, congratulations, but now this is what we're expecting. Unless, hey, maybe Operation Black Vote is supposed to do that. Maybe BBPA is supposed to do that. I don't know if there's a body right now that has that mandate to like really follow up and lobby. Oh, and I was watching the replay of your interview with the gentleman from Ottawa, and his name that does the grant.
Tariq.
Yes.
He's a serious guy, man. He's a serious guy.
Serious about how we interact with government, and I think
he's a secret weapon.
Yeah,
actually, I have a conversation with him this afternoon. Like, they're members of his organizations that are certified lobbyists.
Exactly. Yes.
Lobbyists. LOBBYIST. Lobbyists. That's the first time I have spoken to anyone in this country that has a lobbyist affiliation.
Absolutely.
Who looks like me. Yes,
yeah.
That's a huge thing. See, that's when you start playing chess, not checkers.
Well, you at minimum start playing the same game as your opponent. Like we're coming to the table playing with different rules than the game that they're playing. So
yep. No, you're playing their game.
Yeah.
You know the rules, but yes, Tariq actually, again, people go to the Dr. Vibe show. Tariq Abaltif, I'm sorry if I got his last name wrong, my head, not my heart. Go to the Dr. Vibe show. He was on Black Canada Talking, which I do Sunday afternoons at 5 p.m. He was on 2 Sundays ago. The replay was just put up on my website late last week. Secret weapon.
100%.
Secret weapon, knows his stuff. And he's actually had some Black entrepreneurs who have applied for some of these programs coming to him. And I think that he can do as good, if not better, a job than what some of the results that some Black entrepreneurs are getting. But yes,
100%. Every Black entrepreneur needs to know this man's company. There's no reason not to know what he does and reach out and just have a conversation.
Actually, he's willing to give some information away free. And so if people want, definitely. And the nice thing is he has offered to come once a month, every 2 months, and just talk about those things.
That's amazing. Yes.
So that definitely, I'm very happy about that. And that relationship is, like I said, I'm speaking with this afternoon. That's one of the joys I have when I do conversations. Bring out people that you don't know, most of you don't know anything about. We're doing amazing stuff. Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. And I know, because he actually, during our conversation, he wanted to know more about, he's in Ottawa, and I introduced him to a BIA Media, or he wanted to be part. He wanted to get more out there. So his organization is sort of kept to their own little cells, but he wants to grow his business. So I've got him in contact with BIA Media, and also he's looking to open an office in Toronto also.
Excellent. Hey, we have some office space for you here, sir, at Empowered for X, the co-working space. We have room. We'd love to have you part of
here. Sounds like I'm going to have to set up a call between yourself and Tariq.
Yes, please. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, he's full. But I'm just saying again, election has happened. Now what is going on? Like this is the time. So, I've got you on watch, your organization, got a number of these organizations even on higher watch. I'm just watching what goes on. But I fully agree what Louis said on Friday, that the accountability for these organizations, and each one of you have to realize that your accountability is a reflection of the rest of Black Canada. So I know probably some other people that won, going back to our politics, probably Hetty Fry won in Vancouver, probably.
That's right.
And then also, I was reading the other day, there was an article, there is a Black lady who won in the Southern Ontario region. I saw an article and that she is one, and she's actually taking graduate studies at the Carleton University. So as I said, I'm speaking that hopefully by Friday we'll have a list that we can go through with everybody. And you know what Dr. Vibe's going to do? He's going to invite every one of them on the show.
Absolutely. Roll call.
You can invite every one of them on the Dr. Vibe show. I've had Greg Fergus on. I've had Ahmed Hussein on. Going to reach out to the others and say, hey, would like you to come on the Dr. Vibe show. Each one of them.
And you were saying that there's at least three minister seats that lost.
Oh yeah, Marianne Monsef, lady, gender equality, she's gone.
Right.
I think there was a lady has something to do with environment or something out in the East Coast. Her seat is gone. So there's at least 4 ministers that were lost.
That's unbelievable. So now that's where. So you're saying there's at least one Black candidate that won, or Black MP that you feel might be able to get into that minister seat? One of the
ministers that lost, I think that person would be a great optic fit for the Liberal Party.
I see a name, Bernadette Jordan. That's another person that lost their minister seats.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's rough.
Yeah, 4 ministers gone. 4 ministers done.
Okay. You see, and that's where the miscalculation, right? You're thinking you wouldn't lose. So, sorry, just to get back to our Party of Africa. So look at the Liberals.
But you're running, yes?
They have 159 seats. That means any other party that got 11 seats would be able to work with the Liberals and make decisions. If that, to me, should be ammunition for the Black community to say, is it possible for us to come together, create a party, and then get 10, 11, 15 seats? We're just like the Bloc, because the Bloc can do it too. The Bloc got 33 seats. They can make decisions with the Liberals.
So before we went on live, I was telling Ryan I watched a great talk on the weekend about Black business and Black business owners. And the gentleman who was giving the talk, he had a acronym that the talk was based on, because we always want to raise the bar. And he was talking about BAR. And he had an acronym BAR, which B is think big, A is accumulate, and R is relationships. Which one do you feel he felt was the most important?
The relationships?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the relations we have with each other will take that party as high or as low as it wants to go. Now, just from the top of mind that I'm thinking, having that party that you were considering, I think may not win seats, but certainly popular vote.
And it starts getting the message out, because the first objective isn't about the seats. It's about who's on board with the message.
Making yourself aware. Like, would everyone like it when Ron was part of a national debate? Wow. Did you not see Ryan debating with Trudeau, O'Toole, Jagmeet Singh? That'd be huge.
Just be pissed off that I'm on the stage because I'm not a party leader, like they were saying with Anne-Marie Paul. She doesn't have a chance to win the prime minister's seat, so why is she even on the stage? So
There
yeah.
we go again. There we go again. I'm telling you. There we go again. You see, this is the relationship thing, right? It comes back to again, like you was saying as I was watching this, there goes the relationship thing all over again. Like, how many people who are entrepreneurs, there are people in your family said, no, you can't do that. You got to keep your job, man. What happens if you don't? So right
people
from
that love you will tell you that.
Right. So right there, you got to be able to take, and the thing is, you got to be able to take the risks.
Yes.
So that's a whole other conversation. What we're going to do is we're going to break for a few moments, come back. Thanks everyone watching this morning. And if you have any questions or comments, please share them out. We'll be back in just a moment. What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, and it is Black Canada Talking time. Black Canada Talking is a live online event that provides Black Canadians the opportunity to give their takes on stories, POVs that are of importance to them, or we showcase Black Canadians are doing their thing.
The real aspect of what goes on behind the walls or behind the fence is a totally different persona and a totally different picture.
There was just a big sense of relief when we finally got there.
We have to realize that everything we do is going to have an impact on probably a lot of people we don't even know.
One of the mandates of the CBC is to reflect Canada back to itself.
Not a lot of sustainable long-term movement that will affect economic change.
God bless, peace well, keep the faith, and walk good. We are back. Morning Vibe, September 27th in the world. Well, most parts of the world. There's some parts of the world that are a day ahead or maybe backward, but hey, where we are, it's September 27th. Last I checked.
Yes.
So yeah. So this is cool. I'm gonna change up the roll call in just a minute. Well, right now, in fact, last week. We had a lot of rain in Toronto, a lot of rain.
Yes, broke records.
On a Wednesday night, I went out to a Black-owned restaurant. So I'm going to give them a plug right here because it was a great, give them a plug, but also something I actually have to reach out to them today to see if they will come on the show. Went to Sugar Cane Restaurant in Toronto on the Danforth. And this is interesting that it's a great restaurant. I've been blessed via Buy Box before to host some conversations during their buybox.com restaurant week, which is, they did one in the spring. One is coming up in a few weeks. So make sure you check it out. And went to the restaurant. So this is a very interesting double shot. First of all, it was raining like crazy. Second of all, it was the first day of the new vaccine passport thing.
Oh yeah, the Ontario government one.
Yes. And so there was no one in the restaurant. So went in there. And then I said, I was chatting with the wait staff, etc. And they were saying, yeah, we had 4 people canceled tonight because of that.
Wow, look at that.
And then while we were sitting down and eating, a group of 6 people came in and one person didn't have the vaccine information. So they couldn't come and sit down, but they were good enough to order takeout.
Yes.
But I was chatting to one of the 3 sisters who run the restaurant. They're fantastic ladies. And I was just getting a good insight from a Black restaurant owner's perspective of how they are dealing with the last year and a half. And so not listening to a radio, not listening to TV, I said, I got a good 10-15 minute conversation. And the sister was there that night, said the biggest challenge is getting wait staff, because so many wait staff, because of the CERB, they're getting more money sitting at home.
Wow.
So the hiring people is challenging. Now they have this thing where people are, no, I'm not going to come because I don't like, you have your anti-vaxxers, other people, etc.
Yes.
And so I'm going to circle back with them because I'm very interested to know what happened this weekend. And hopefully they were doing good business. So just long story short, I'm going to reach out to the sisters today and hopefully can get them on a Friday morning to give from a Black Canadian lens of being a restaurant owner during these times.
But then look at how much more burden has been put on wait staff. Now they have to be a bouncer. Now they have to be a medical expert. So you're trying to pull them back from serve. So one, they're going to get paid less if they're only part-time. Two, they're going to have more, I'll say, irate potential clients coming to the door and saying like, oh, now they have to be IT experts because they're working on the QR code. But right now people are supposed to go online and download their. So when it doesn't work and you have to like troubleshoot with a person at the door to say, oh, this is the website you have to go to. It's like all this stuff is being downloaded onto potential wait staff. Like, that isn't something that is enticing unless the pay is going to change, unless that pay is going to start getting to, like the 20s and up, then why take on that added stress?
Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I'm going the plug here. Full out endorsement, Sugarcane Restaurant. The food was massive. Jerk corn was great. The had the taco. I can't remember. Actually, you know what? I'll pull up pictures here. The jerk chicken fettuccine was out of bounds.
Okay,
it was out of bounds. It was. So I don't know if people can see this. I can put up on my screen.
Okay.
So jerk chicken fettuccine. Yeah, jerk chicken fettuccine. So it's jerk chicken, slices, fettuccine, slice of bread, and then I had 3 shrimp on a skewer. In the background, you see that just behind it, there's a jerk corn, and that drink there is a non-alcoholic mojito.
Okay. Then is it still a mojito?
Well, that's you guys.
Right. No, I love non-alcoholic strawberry daiquiris. For some reason, the consistency is a lot better when the alcohol is not in there.
Here's the 2 pieces of jerk corn.
Solid. Yes.
As an appetizer. So a little plug for the restaurant, but and the wait staff was fabulous. Actually, our the waitress who served us, she's been there for like a year, and she said that a lot of times she loves being there as much as home.
Okay, see, and that's probably what pulled her out of home instead of sitting and just getting served.
Well, she loves the atmosphere there, but she said also, I got 3 boys at home. I go, what do you mean 3 boys? She goes, I have a husband and 2 boys.
Oh dear.
She says, this is an escape.
Jeez.
This is an escape, but it was a really positive experience. I said I'd interviewed the 3 sisters before on an IG Live on behalf of Buy Blacks Restaurant Week, and then going down there and having a chat. And the restaurant has also been featured on Cuisine Noir, which is probably the #1 online magazine for the last number of years that features Blacks in food, wine, and travel. So I will say, with my assistance and Roger Dundas' assistance, we had them featured, and the sister was so humbled. She was just blown away. And at the end of the evening, I said a little something to the whole staff, and the sister was there, and the sister was in tears. She was crying, but it was a really, really wonderful evening. Yes. So we're working on that. And again, that's another thing too, folks. If there are any guests that you think should be on, or you can give us information to come, message either myself or Ryan through whatever means you're watching this, and we will certainly reach out to them, because I know you don't want to listen to us all the time.
Right.
So,
yes.
But and also another thing too, Louis Marsh, having him on. Well, Louis Marsh was on a lot over the last few weeks, which is great. Ms. Fung, Olivia Fung, Moy Fung, who was on Friday, she actually attended his mother's walk against gun violence on Saturday. So that was beautiful. She felt, and she lives in the Niagara region, and she drove all the way from the Niagara region to that walk. And there were some pictures on her Instagram with her and Louis March. So that made me feel really good.
Yeah, and that's where being able to bring on spotlight different people from the Black community that are doing this great work, and they have to be known. And that's where, hey, we may not know them directly, but if anybody that's listening knows of people that are, what does the CNN call those unsung heroes?
Yes.
Yeah, we would love to like learn more about them, bring them on, give them a platform just to talk about what they're working on. And further to that, making sure that, like for myself, connecting them into that business community. If ACBN is going to be working with all these entrepreneurs, we have to make that connection to
relationships
as well, and build
relationships
and trust. Yeah,
you know,
start building.
well, you got to build the relationship, then you can get the trust.
True,
right?
true. Yeah,
So I'm really going to be pounding a lot the whole area of the relationships, folks, because we really have to work on our relations with ourselves and with each other. That'll be the foundation on how high or how low we go.
100%.
You know,
the foundation for the Party of Africa.
With its party president and leader, Ryan Knight.
Elections have to be held. I can't deem that's a dictatorship. We have to have our own Black community elections. Who should be the prime minister? Who should be I don't even like the term ministers for our party. I think we would change our party titles because minister seems really too theological. I'm actually shocked that as a country we use those terms, because isn't that blurring the lines between state and religion? But hey, that I feel like is a whole nother topic.
A whole other conversation. Very much so. Very much so. What else is going on in the world, Mr. Knight?
So, quick update on my journey through the FACE Coalition to get funding for detailing night. Every time I say detailing nights, I'm going to be like, yeah, represent. Actually, I should start selling these shirts. If you want to support an entrepreneur, buy a shirt. Anyway, so we are in the midst of obtaining funding that is going to help us expand our program, because a couple Buffalo State University and Jackson State University, we've been touching base with them to expand our youth program to there, and also an organization in South Africa. So now to execute this, we needed a bit of capital. So we saw that the FACE Coalition is in charge of the Black Entrepreneurship Loan Fund. And of course, if you've been following me along, I've been tracking the Black Entrepreneurship overall program that the federal government put out in September of 2020. And so now the loan fund got announced the applications open May 31st. Of course, you know, Ryan, first day application is in. So the timeline so far is it took until last week to get confirmation that all of my documentation is in properly. It's been forwarded to the loan officer, and 7 to 10 days I will get a decision. So this, I feel like, is progress. So good news. I did see that the FACE Coalition posted on their Instagram that a couple entrepreneurs did get funded.
How many?
They got 2 testimonials.
Okay, and 2 testimonials. Why won't they put out how many people? If it's just 2, after how long?
We have to go with right now, right?
Yep.
So,
well, you were chatting with me on the phone about this. You had tell us, if you're comfortable, share the experience you had at a bank.
So when I got off the call with the FACE customer service that said, hey, now we've confirmed all your information is in. We just called. And
you talked to a human being.
A human being just verified, hey,
wow.
We've asked all the questions that we need to ask. Now it's gonna go for review, and you'll get a response in 7 to 10 business days.
Yeah.
So I had to deposit a check at my bank, RBC. I walked in. I was like, you know what? While I'm here, let me see if I can talk with a business advisor and get a decision. Well, just ask them about what the process is for getting a loan.
Absolutely.
When we go to the front desk, I was like, hey, I was curious if any business advisors are available. She's like, oh, at this time, I'll book you in. Same day. So I walked around the mall for a bit, came back, sat down with the business advisor. He said, oh, what are you looking to raise the money for? And I said, we're expanding to the US and to South Africa. We're looking to get some capital to set up operations. He's like, okay, let me pull up your file. He sees my history. And mind you, I've only been banking with RBC since August of 2020. So he pulls up my file. He says, based on your current records, you would pre-qualify for $100,000. But I was looking for 250. But that decision that he could see I pre-qualified for 100,000 was done in less than 20 minutes.
Wow.
What? So now and this is just Ryan's journey. So my path with Face Coalition is applying in May and waiting for a decision in October. So June, July, August, September, October, 5 months. And the path with going into a bank was 20 minutes to get, at minimum, a decision on where I stand. So what have we really built? This is where we have to start asking the question, and Louis Marsh nailed it on the head. What is the priorities of our organizations that are designed to do the work? We've built something that right now, hey, it could get better. Fair. I'm just analyzing the current data. We've built something that is worse than the current the current environment
out there
that the thing was built to fix. So the Black Entrepreneurship Program was put in place to alleviate some of the barriers that Black entrepreneurs were facing when going to traditional banking.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have entrepreneurs that are having a worse experience with the Black Run program than just going directly to the banks. And you'll notice the big banks are not at the table with the Black program. They were supposed to be part of that May 31st launch, and they weren't. They're going to be in phase 2, which has no timeline. So the banks aren't even involved right now. So the thing that the program was designed to fix, those players aren't in the game. And you're going to see that those players are just getting better on their own. And with organizations like ACBN and the BBPA and the Black Business in BC, Black Business Association of BC, the programs that we have in place get entrepreneurs prepared to go to the bank, because you have to show up professional with all your documentation, your financials. If you show up on point, more times than not, you get respect and you get a decision. So now, if the Face Coalition doesn't have that piece, we're not building a program that's going to support entrepreneurs in getting capital. They could just go to the bank direct, and the banks have a lot more capital than what the Face Coalition has. So should we be getting people ready for Face, or should we be getting them ready for the bank?
Well, and first of all, thank you for sharing your journey, because it's very educational. I think one of the things we have to keep is one of the things that the bank has that I don't think Face has, and you can confirm that, they have an infrastructure.
Well,
and if, correct me if I'm wrong, you spoke with someone at Face. How many people have you and I spoke with who said they've not been able to speak to anybody at Face? So if they don't have a human infrastructure set up, obviously a back-end business structure, I'd be very curious to know what is the process that they are going through to make the decisions like they have made for you. Did they even have a process in place?
Right.
When it was announced. Now, something tells me that they didn't. Because if they did, 12,000 applications would be having a yes or no by now.
At minimum, yes or no.
Right?
Just
so this is at least people would know yes or no. Keeping people hanging in a balance is not a good thing for that long period of time. So so again, Marcus Lemonis, gentleman who has a great show on TV called The Prophet. I think I've sent you 1 or 2 episodes.
Yes, I got to watch that.
Right? He believes in 3 P's: people, process, product. And the thing that he sees more entrepreneurs, more than anything else, falling, 2 things. They don't have the process in place, and their financials are not up to date, if they even have them.
Right. Yes.
So my message to Black entrepreneurs out there, if you're going to look for money from any of these organizations, and especially a bank, have a process in place, and especially have your financials in order.
Well, and this is where we are talking about the program was launched in reverse, because the ecosystem partners were supposed to get entrepreneurs prepared to get capital. And hey, FACE is just one of the options, but they launched the loan fund first. So now entrepreneurs didn't work on their process, didn't work on their documentation, like their financials. So everybody just flooded and applied, but a lot of those applications aren't ready. Like we have to get people ready.
And if anyone is saying you're being hard, if it's not being hard, it's just business. This is talking business here, right? Because it's almost interesting. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like the things that a lot of Black entrepreneurs are missing are the same things that FACE are missing. The only thing is FACE has money. Am I wrong?
That's wow.
Talk to me, please. Knock some sense into this shiny head. But I'm just saying that there was no.
Oh man, now my brain is on fire, because that is so true.
Just came up in my mind, right? Because we're dealing with people's lives here,
right?
Lives, right? So I'm just saying, it just blows my mind. If this initiative was launched and there was no process, again, symbolism.
Right. But they'll do a tour to pat themselves on the back to say, look at us, instead of a tour that delivers checks.
Can you get someone from FACE on the show? Great question. Okay. So here's another call. Here's another. I'll give you a real life thing. Many months ago, I contacted someone on the FACE board who I've known for many years. Him and I have seen each other. He knows who I am. I know who he is. And he said, okay, I'll pass it on to 2 people. I'm not going to give their names, but they're high up in the organization. So it doesn't take a lot of people to know who these people could be. Followed up with another email a week after. I have never, and he forwarded my email to both these people, and he CC'd me on it. He CC'd himself on it. I followed up a week after, crickets. Followed up another week after, crickets. Crickets. I have not heard from. The only person I heard from FACE was this one gem when I sent the original email.
Right.
No, I have heard nothing from anyone from FACE.
And this is where it goes back to what you said about process. If you don't have good infrastructure, you're not going to have good communications, because that email is probably lost, and the person or they're ignoring it. It's either they didn't see it or they're ignoring it, and both are not good options. And so now, you touching on the entity that FACE is now, not being prepared, similar to how the business owners that they're supposed to support are not prepared. That to me is very telling. Very telling.
It just came up in my head.
We're seeing it.
That, you know, if I'm a business owner, again, based on the information I have, please someone give me a bit. I would say your organization is the only thing different between your organization and mine is you got money.
And still broken processes. And this is where so they were put in place to execute, from my perspective, a specific role. When you look through their Instagram, they're all over the place. It's like they're doing Black history. They're talking about a couple people got funding. They're doing tours. It's like, just focus on delivering the funds. Entrepreneurs do not want to hear about your opinion. Entrepreneurs do not want to hear about like what you had for brunch in different provinces. All they want to know is when they apply for their loan, they need a decision so that they can get on with their life. I'm thinking of Sugarcane restaurant on the Danforth, and if they needed support,
no, this is don't even go there. Don't even go there.
like for our organization, we would say, you know what? Have you heard of this loan program? You should apply, because if you need 100,000, that's a way to get it. But in reality, it's not. But then,
Okay, so here's my question, Ryan,
Mhm.
and you don't have to answer this. If Sugarcane came to you and said, should we apply for the FACE program, what would you tell them?
And because on this weekend, I was part of an event that they did a breakdown of different loan programs. I didn't even know this existed. BDC has a program where you can apply online for up to 100,000 and get a decision in 5 minutes. That is what I would tell them is
Okay.
look at this first. Well, first, like, how much do you need?
Yeah.
So depending on the different levels, if you need a microloan, I would say, hey, Alterna Savings, you can apply directly to them and get a decision a lot faster. If you need up to 100, BDC has this program that I'm just learning about. Go online. Hey, we could do it together. Let's see if you qualify for this program.
Yeah. But so
FACE is pushing themselves down the list of
choices,
vendor list of choices, where initially, hey, from September till now, if you've listened to anything that I've done with workshops, them and the BBPA were my first two recommendations. It's like, listen, this thing is built for Black entrepreneurs and Futurepreneur. Actually, I'd probably point them to Futurepreneur first as well. But these things were built for Black entrepreneurs. I'm going to point people there. But now that backlash is coming on us, because when they don't get, when there's no communication with FACE or whoever they're applying with, it comes back to ACBN to say,
yeah, because we have to realize that, and just me anyways, if I refer somebody to something or someone, at the end of the day, it's my credibility on the line, because that person or organization you're referring to, they don't have a relationship with that other person or thing or service. They have a relationship with me.
Right. That's a relationship that we're trying to protect.
Exactly. Those are the type. So those are the type of things. Well, I know you've got something at the top of the hour. So another good jambalaya today. And I thought that's another thing that they have on their menu. They have great jambalaya, but again, jerk chicken fettuccine rocks, and they do it for those who are vegan. They have some vegan dishes too. But what's up for the rest of the week?
The rest of the week, actually, this week is pretty full because Detailing Nights. We are part of a few incubators. So we got into the Ryerson Social Enterprise Incubator. We also are part of the Canada-China Business Association virtual mission to China. So we're looking at options to export our product to China. And we are also, for ACBN, we got approved for the YETI, which, oh my gosh, the York Entrepreneurship Development Institute, to get some support with fine-tuning operations.
Speaking of which,
yes,
as I've told everyone on the program, the star is to my right on my screen. The star is now part of a Sheridan College's Hall of Fame.
Right, yes.
That's part of a Hall of Fame. So every time, all bow to Ryan Knight. So what is this Hall of Fame? Give us a quick dive on that.
So Sheridan College, when for their graduates, they have a Hall of Fame. So they look back and people can nominate, I guess, alumni. So the story that I always tell is, when I was going to school, there's a hallway where they actually have the pictures up at Davis campus in Brampton. And so I used to study there until like late at night, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, until security would come and be like, okay, we're closed. But looking at the people on the Hall of Fame wall, I would think to myself, if I ever wanted to be in this hallway, I need to pass this class. And so that was the motivation. Never really thinking I would ever get, because I was looking at, and some people were like the Stanley Cup connoisseur, like he's the guy that delivers a Stanley Cup, and there's people that do like $25 million businesses. I'm like, okay, but aspirational, right? So now, just to be nominated, I was blown away, and just to get in is really a dream come true that I didn't even know I was dreaming. So Thank you,
Congratulations.
callers. Thank you to my wife that allowed me to go back to school while we were just married. That journey through Sheridan, that could be a whole show where it took 10 years.
It will be
to finish that 3-year diploma, but it was.
There you go. There you go. Like the talk I heard on the weekend. There are people out there that you have a dream. Don't quit. But I'm going to be honest. Some of you aren't going to get to that dream, but you don't know if you're going to make it or not unless you keep on going with it. And I'd rather have you go to the dream and not make it than quit halfway through.
Right. And not even realize what you're capable of.
Yeah. Don't let the obstacles define your objectives.
Absolutely.
So we are done. As I said, Monday Jambalaya today, and looking forward to the rest of the week. And as I said, we are going to work on some guests. Hopefully we can get someone from Sugarcane Restaurant before the end of the week.
That'd be great.
And because I really want to get the state of Black restaurants from their lens and hear what's going on out there. And we'll work on some other people. And actually, maybe we should see if I can get Tariq on a morning vibe.
Yes.
But Tariq is a power player, and again, go to either Dr. Vibe or Ryan's Dr. Vibe's Facebook or YouTube, Ryan's YouTube, ACBN Facebook to catch all the replays of these conversations. So, folks, another one is as they say, in the can.
Right.
In the can. It's done.
Always
you watch replays of this. Always a pleasure. So as always, I like to close off with this: live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions and aim bigger, aim better, aim wider, aim higher. Love, faith, and respect. And remember to give yourselves grace. I think we've got one other message just kicking on here. Hey, thank you, Real Django, who is a great supporter of the State of Things with Aisha and Jill on Saturday nights. I have to show some of the different promos on the Morning Vibe of all the things that I host here with Real Django from at Georgia, I believe. Georgia or Alabama, one of the two. So we're going to let that go. We're going to finish up here. Wish everyone an excellent week. And most importantly, remember to give yourselves grace. That is the key. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith and walk good.